everyone, I'm Katlara and welcome back to my channel. Hello. Big shout out to all my returning viewers. If this is the first time on your channel, do make sure that you go ahead and click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my uploads. Okay. So today, against my better judgment, I am going to be telling you guys the story how my ex and I got back together again. So if you want to know how you can get your ex back, stay tuned. I'm joking. Okay, let's get into it. Firstly, I just wanted to give a disclaimer. If you don't know how me and my boyfriend met and all that kind of stuff, we did do a Defining Love episode, so you can go check that for a little bit of background. Today's story starts in 2015. So the year is 2015, the month I do not remember. I had just became single, I was in the streets dating and all that kind of stuff. But while going through my breakup phase, I was going out a lot and stuff like that. So I decided that I'm gonna go visit my friend, right? So I go. Also, side note, this is the same friend I was with when we stole the car. If you haven't watched that story time, I will link it right now. You can go watch it. But yeah, so yeah, I go. I spend the weekend there, and I think it was the Saturday morning. We wake up and we are deciding what we're gonna do for the day. And she tells me that she actually has a promo job where she's gonna be working the door at this one party. So if I wanna come with, I can. But if there's something else I wanna do by myself, I can as well. And I was just like, I don't know. And she was like, girl, I know you want to call him. I'm like, why would you say that? And she was just like, I know you want to call him. So call him, see if we can hang out. And I was just like, I don't know. What she didn't know, actually I think she did. I just be telling my friend like everything embarrassing that I do. But yeah, a couple of weeks before that, I had tried calling him. I was heartbreakers. I was like going through the most, and I was just like, let me just call him and see. I don't know what. But I called him. It rang. He answered. I froze. I hung up. So I was like, I don't know if that's such a good idea, because the last time it happened, she was just like, don't be a pussy. And I was like, so I called. He answered. I greet. He greets. He's like, who am I speaking to? I'm like, speaking to Katla. And he's like, who? And I'm like, Katla. And he's like, okay. And I'm like, yeah, how you doing? One of us. Anyway, I was like, guys, the ex did so here. But anyway, I was like, hey, how you doing? I'm in your part of the world and just want to see if you want to hang out. And he was like, yeah, I don't think so. I'm busy. I have a test coming up. I'm studying. And I was like, alright, cool. And he was like, alright, bye. And I was like, bye. And I hung up. Honestly, I didn't take it as a curve. You know what I'm saying? Let me explain. I didn't take it as a curve because I feel like it was really last minute. Like, I called him damn near in the afternoon, and people have plans. Like, I was just like, he's probably not even available, but I'm just gonna try anyway. And he wasn't available, which is fine, and he wasn't like extremely rude or anything, so I couldn't even say that he was like standoffish to receiving my call. He just sounded like I woke him up. So yeah, I was like, alright, that's that. And then my friend was like, do you want to come with me, girl? Let's go make some money. And I was like, okay, let's go make some money. And we went, we made some money, we came back. I mean, more happened that night. Like, the craziest things happen when I'm with my bestie. But anyway, the weekend ended. I went back to my apartment back in Pretoria. And then I called my cousin and I told her to come over when she's free, so I can download her and share some tea with her of all the shenanigans that went down in Johannesburg. And she was like, alright, I'll be over. I think it was the Wednesday. Yes, it was Wednesday. And then she was like, I'll come on Wednesday. I've got some stuff to do at school for the next couple of days, but I'll come on Wednesday. I was like, alright, cool. Wednesday comes, my cousin comes over, and I'm telling her, right? And then I'm like, but another thing happened, right? And then she's like, what? I'm like, alright, girl, I called him. And she was like, you called him? I was like, I called him. And I asked him if he wants to hang out. And he said, no, girl. He said, no. And she was like, so what now? And I'm like, honestly, I felt like at that moment in time, I was like, now it feels like a curve, now it really feels like a curve, because I feel like he's had the past couple of days to contact me, to call me, to text me if he wants to hang out or anything like that, or follow up on the call that we had, and he hasn't, right? I mean, now it's Wednesday. He hasn't called me ever since that Saturday. He hasn't called me, hasn't texted me, hasn't anything. And before that, guys, before the call he got from me on that Saturday, we really haven't spoken on the phone in maybe like 4 years. So, I was like, now it feels like a curve. Cool. So, my phone rings. And guess who it is? It's him. And I'm like, this is a sign. I'm joking. I feel like I'm just one of those people, when I really want something, everything that happens in my life that kind of hints at confirming it is a sign, okay? That's how I feel. So I was like, it's a sign. I answered the phone, and he's like, hey, how you doing? And I'm good. And he was just like, yeah, he's been busy the past couple of days of school and stuff like that, but he really appreciates that I called him, blah 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 blah. And I was like, this is happening? Because honestly, I swear to God, guys, I felt like that day on that Saturday when I called him and he was like, nah, I'm busy, I was like, makes sense, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he'll call me tomorrow or Monday. And then it was like Tuesday, nothing, ne? Wednesday, because he called me like in the afternoon. So Wednesday morning, nothing. And I was just like, yeah, no, he don't want nothing to do with me. He's just, yeah, he's done with that, okay? But yeah, he called me back and we had a little talk, and I hung up the phone and I told my cousin, and my cousin was like, oh my god, maybe it's a sign. I'm like, bitch, it is a sign. I'm joking. But yeah, after that we stayed in contact, and we just continued the civil communication. It wasn't anything heavy, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't anything heavy. So when we got to my aunt's house that Friday, him and I was speaking, and I casually told him that I was in the city again, and he asked me, he was like, where are you? And I told him, and he was like, hey, that's literally like 5 minutes away from me. And I was like, and he was like, can I take you out? And I was like, sure. And he was like, what time will you be free? And I was like, 8 o'clock tomorrow. And he was like, aight. And I was like, aight. And yeah, we had a date. And I was very nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I hadn't seen him since 2010. Yeah, I hadn't seen him in real life since like 2010, and this was 2015. So yeah, I was very nervous, but the day came, because it cannot always be night. Shout out. The day came and it was time for me to get ready, and because I wasn't really planning this whole situation, this whole date thing, I wasn't really planning it. It wasn't in my plans, to be honest. I just felt like I don't want to be at my aunt's house busy going up and down with other people, because I'm there for family time and stuff like that. So I didn't have anything to wear. Okay, I didn't have anything to wear. My aunt borrowed me some jeans and some ankle boots, and I think a little trench coat or something because it was cold. But yeah, I put on my makeup and I waited for 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock hits. He calls me at like 8 and he lets me know that like he's on the way. He just finished getting ready and stuff like that. So yeah, I must expect him in the next couple of minutes. Cool. I put on my shoes, I put on my lip stuff. I wait, right? I'm waiting. I don't hear anything from him, right? Like, this boy better not stand me up. Guys, I have this one, I can't even call him a boyfriend because I mean, like, what the hell was that? I had this one guy that I was seeing. He used to stand me up on a lot of our dates. Okay? A lot of our dates. And it was just like, I hope this nigga is not pulling a him. But anyway, I finally get the call and he's outside. And I go outside, I'm like, is that a black convertible car? And he steps out the car and he's coming closer to me. I'm like, oh my god, he smells so good still, okay? Because one thing I remember about him is that he always smelled good. But anyway, I'm like, oh my god. Then he gives me a hug. I'm like, oh my god, there goes that chest, child. There goes that chest. But yeah, as I'm having this experience, he's like, I have some bad news to tell you. As I was turning the corner, I got a flat tire. And I literally heard like my balloon just deflate like on the spot. Like, okay, the night is over. That's that. But also I'm like, what now? And then he's like, if you can just give me a couple of minutes, I'm just gonna quickly drive to a garage or drive home and change the tire and come back. In my head, I was like, he really wants to take me out. I was like, he's really gonna fix the tire so he can take me out. Like, he could reschedule, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, wow, he really wants to take me out. And I was like, okay, cool, call me and tell me when you're done and on the way and stuff like that. And he was like, okay, fine, I will. 30 minutes later, he calls me and he's like, I'm done, I'm on the way. I hope you're still in the mood to go out. And I'm like, yeah, I am. And he comes pick me up and we go to Monte Casino. And we went to this one restaurant. We had some food, we had some drinks. We talked a lot. But nothing too heavy, you know. It was just a very easygoing catch-up kind of conversation. And yeah, the night was over. The night was over, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the night, he was like, what are your plans after this? I'm like, no, I have to go back to my aunt's place, you know what I'm saying? And then he was like, don't you want to go out with me and my friends? And I was like, no, nigga, I don't want to go out with you and your friends. I want to go back to your place. And I was like, no, it's fine. And he was just like, alright, cool. Then I guess we can hang out another time. And I was like, yeah. So he took me home. I went back home and he called me the next morning and he was like, do you want to go out and have some breakfast? Do you want me to take you back to your apartment? Like, are you cool? I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm with my family. I'm good. And he was just like, okay, then I'll see you again soon. And I was like, alright, cool. And from then, that's when the communication just went from being civil to back to being a little bit sneaky linky, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, the weekend was over and I went back to my apartment. And when I got back to my apartment, that Tuesday, or was it a Wednesday? I'm not really sure. That Tuesday or Wednesday, I went out with my friends, right? That night, I got home, I got back to my apartment, and Nuku called me, and he was like, how's your night? I was like, it was good, you know, because I had missed some of his calls. So I told him, no, I was out with my friends, and I even got pickpocketed. And he was like, what did they do? I'm like, my wallet, child. And he was like, damn, that's unfortunate. I'm like, yeah, it was. And then after that, we agreed that he was going to come see me at my place on Saturday. And it's Saturday. It's Saturday. I just finished cleaning up a little bit. I finished preparing some snickety snacks. I'm expecting a guest, you know. I'm chilling, I'm hanging. I get a call. I'm downstairs. And I'm like, I'm coming down. But before I go downstairs, I put in some Aaliyah, you know, for the vibe, you know what I'm saying? I go collect him at the gate and he signs in and we hang out. And as we're hanging out and I'm away, it's like, I got something for you. I'm like, what you get me? Right? Because in my head, the reason why I organized this little play date is because, you know, we're gonna play. So I was like, I'm even surprised that you even got me anything because I was gonna give it up anyway. I'm joking. But I was like, so what did you get me? And he was like, look in the package. And I looked inside and it was a wallet. It was a wallet. He replaced my wallet. And I was very flattered. But at the same time, I didn't take it to head because, you know, from what I know in dealing with him in the past is that he is a gifter. You know, he will gift. Yeah. So I was just like, oh, this is so nice. And then he was like, that's not all. Go ahead and open up and see what's inside the wallet. And I was just like, I hope this nigga put like a couple of racks in there, Sha. I opened it up and it was a ring. It was a ring. The significance of the ring is that back when in high school, when we were dating in high school for my 17th birthday, he bought me a whole bunch of stuff, but one of the things that he bought me was this little teddy, and on the leg of the teddy there was like a little ring, and I think on the leg of the teddy it was written I love you forever or something like that. But yeah, it was a cute little piece of jewelry, and I was just like, I see you throwing and I'm a catch. I'm joking. Actually, I'm not because after that we did get down and busy, and he spent the night, of which was not planned, but he spent the night and he left in the morning. On Sunday, not even Sunday morning, he left like Sunday afternoon. And yeah, from then on it was a sneaky link situation. Like, see each other on weekends, we'd see each other in the middle of the week. It wasn't anything serious. And honestly, I was enjoying the non-seriousness of it all because I had just been someone's girlfriend for like almost 3 years. So I'm just like, yeah, you know, that's what we did for a couple of months. There were times when he was like really romantic. Like, very, very romantic. Like, there was this one weekend where he was supposed to come over to my place, but then he was like, no, can you come over to my place? And I was like, oh, cool. And then when I got there, he had planned like a picnic outside by the pond, and you know, there were candles, there was like, you know, picnic food, there was alcohol, and you know, just the vibe of the pond, the water falling and all that kind of stuff. It was really romantic. It was very, very, very romantic. But again, I didn't take it too much to heart, okay? Because first of all, like I said, I wasn't looking for anything serious, and second of all, we are exes and we have a past, you know what I'm saying? So it has to be more than we have fun together if I'm gonna get back together with him, you know. But at that specific point, I was like, I appreciate all this romance, you know? I can feel myself falling, you know what I'm saying? But at this point in my life, it's gonna take more than some feelings to make me get into a relationship with someone, okay? For me to get in a relationship with someone, it must be a good decision, past beyond feelings. It has to be a good decision, period. So yeah, we continued what we were doing and stuff like that, and you know, he took me out on dates, and yeah, we hung out a lot. We actually spent a lot of time together. We spent so much time together, just having fun and hang out. And he also spent a lot of time romancing me, and I think also in my ways I spent a lot of time romancing him. But yeah, it wasn't anything serious, man, until maybe like 3 months in. I went back home because the semester was over. While I was at home, I found out that he was planning a getaway for us a couple of days before schools open. So, you know, I had to come back to Pretoria a little bit earlier than expected. But yeah, he planned a trip for us. We went to Sun City for the long weekend, and we just hung out and, you know, had fun. And yeah, it was at that moment where I felt like he is really, 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 really auditioning to be a man, girl. And he's definitely, you know, leading the pack. Okay, he's definitely leading the pack, in terms of effort, intention, and just fun. Okay, just fun. So I was just like, you know what, I think I'm gonna do this. I think I'm gonna do this. Obviously, I had those feelings way before that, but I didn't really know that he was trying to be my man like that until that specific vacation, because I was just like, why are you planning a vacation for me? He's like, no, I just wanted to do something nice for you. And I was like, you want me? I think maybe a month after that vacation, we went out on like a Sunday evening, and we were just having like a young dinner. I think it was at Mug and Bean. Yeah, I remember because at that point in my life, and right now I still am obsessed with mac and cheese, but at Mug and Bean they have this like really delicious mac and cheese with chicken, with peri peri crusted chicken. It's good. But yeah, we went to Mug and Bean, and I honestly looked him dead in the eye, and I was like, so when we making this official? And he was like, I thought this was official already. And I was like, alright, I guess we're dating. And that was it. And honestly, I feel like if we weren't so occupied with denying our feelings for each other, because, you know, it's scary being back together again with your ex, because especially if you guys don't have the best history. But it's just like, why would I do this? Do I want to do this again? Do I want to do this again? But I think what we both realized is that high school was a very long time ago. It was a very childish long time ago, and you know, we are grown, you know, things are different, and luckily we found each other when we were in the same places in our lives, in terms of our growth, in terms of like just wanting to be better people and stuff like that, and we were in much better positions to love each other than we were when we first tried. But yeah, we had that conversation on the 1st of August 2015, and it's now 6 years later, approaching 7, and I am sitting in our apartment, in our bedroom, telling you guys about the time when I decided to take a leap of faith and just hope to God that it works out. So yeah, I don't want to say we were lucky, because I think that would be taking away from all the very intentional work that we have done to find ourselves in this position. But yeah, we are here now, and hopefully we're going to be together for many more years. And yeah, that is the story of how me and my man got back together again. So what did we learn from today's tea time? We learned that, number 1, love usually includes a leap of faith. We've learned that 2, best way to get what you want is to get what you want. Okay, make that call, send that text, make that first attempt. Okay, rejection has never killed anyone. Okay, take it to the chin. You're a big girl. Okay, good. Thirdly, we've learned that when it comes to this relationship stuff, there really is no formula. Anyway, this brings us to the end of today's tea time. I really hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching until the very end. This was really fun for me to do and to go down memory lane a little bit. If I don't feel overexposed, I'll tell you guys about other stuff. Maybe I'll tell you guys about the guy who used to stand me up on all our dates. But anyway, this is the end of today's video. Again, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Do not forget to turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of my uploads. And that's it from me and tea time. I'm gonna see you when I see you. Peace.